émotionnel et opérationnel load. Registration, specialization, promotion, and successful patient outcome together as a unified team victory. I will ask you to just bow your head for a short prayer. Nous, bon Dieu, nous papa qui dans les ciels, pour 100 ans, où on bénit nos professions dans ces ciels, bonne femme, ça c'est bonne. Nous remercions infiniment qu'on a avec nous, bon dirigeants dans le passé, dirigeants de présent, et bon nurse et bon midwife qui pour diriger sa profession à l'avenir. C'est-à-dire, accorde d'autres discernement la sagesse, accorde d'autres bénédictions. À la fin, nous sommes capables vraiment de savoir gardien la santé celle. Encore une fois, nous remercions, nous de protection. Au nom de Jésus-Christ, nous demandons tout ça là. Amen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jubel, for those inspiring words. It is now my pleasure to invite the chairperson of the Seychelles Nurses and Midwife Council to deliver the opening address. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the chairperson of SNMC, Mrs. Lina Filoe.
Your Excellency, First Lady, Mrs. Veronica Mini, Your Excellency, Minister of Health, Dr. Marvin Fani, Principal Secretary of Health, Dr. Sanjeev Pugazendi, Senior Management of Ministry of Health, Registrar Mrs. Flavie Jubel, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome. On behalf of the Seychelles Nurses and Midwives Council, I extend heartfelt gratitude to each of you for joining us today as we mark a truly historic milestone. 100 years of nurses and midwives registration in Seychelles under the theme A Centenary of Professional Pride, Nurses and Midwives Safeguarding the Public. To begin with, let me take you through a short journey rooted in history. In ancient times, nursing was seen as an early form of caregiving, deeply rooted in ancient healing practices, and then as an expression of religious duty. On the other hand, midwives were seen as trusted central figures in the community, attending births in the home, relying only on accumulated experience and folklore traditions. Nursing and midwifery practice have evolved since then, from informal caregiving in ancient times to modern-day regulated professions. The founding of the Royal College of Midwives in 1881, the American Nurses Association in 1896, and the International Council of Nurses in 1899 marked a global step forward, connecting nurses and midwives across the world and setting the stage for their growing influence in the decades that followed. In UK, Midwives Act 1902 was assented on 31st July by UK Parliament. Its primary aim was to regulate the practice of midwifery, ensuring that only certified women could legally call themselves midwives and attend to births. The Act sought to protect the public by formalizing training, certification, and supervision of midwives. in United States, North Carolina, Nurse Practice Act was passed in March 1903. The act provided permissive licensure, whereby an official register was created for qualified professionals, but did not prevent non-registered individuals from practicing. This permissive legislature was designed to legitimize nursing, elevate educational standards, and protect the public. It established baseline educational requirements, protected professional titles, and paved the way for the licensure systems we have today. Following campaign by Royal College of Nursing in Great Britain, Nurses Act was passed in December 1919. The act required nurses to be registered and so improved public confidence that the newly registered nurses are trained to a professional standard. The trends in nursing and midwifery regulations and practices worldwide have influenced evolvement in the regulation of nursing and midwifery professions in Seychelles. When we look at Seychelles' own history, Seychelles was under the British colonial rule from 1903 to 1976. Hence, the influence of British laws in Seychelles colony. Report shows that registration in Seychelles began in 1926. According to the report for that year, there were 4 nurses, 1 head midwife, 1 midwife, and 7 probationers serving in the hospital, 1 nurse in charge at Fines Institute, 1 nurse stationed in Prague. Before 1929, nurses and midwives were required to register at the Supreme Court according to British laws. Over the decades, laws governing nurses and midwives in Seychelles evolved from Midwives and Nursing Registration Ordinance 1929 to Midwives and Nursing Registration Ordinance 1950, whilst under British rule. After independence, Nurses and Midwives Act of 1985 was enacted. 100 years ago, the first official step was taken to register nurses and midwives. This humble beginning transformed the act of community care into regulated professions. It laid the foundation for standards of practice, ethical conduct, and educational framework that defines us today. The theme, a centenary of professional pride, nurses safeguarding the public, perfectly captures the essence of our journey. 10 decades ago, Seychelles began its journey with the first nursing and midwifery registration. What started off as an initial board for registering nurses and midwives has matured into the Nurses and Midwives Council of today, a regulatory body that stands as a beacon of professional standard for public safety. Regulation is not merely a bureaucratic process. By registering professionals, enforcing codes of conduct, and promoting continuous education, the Council has been silently safeguarding public health through every pandemic, societal shifts, and healthcare evolutions. This century is not only about laws and registers. It is about the countless nurses and midwives who over 100 years have touched lives, brought healing, and stood at the heart of the nation's health system. Professional pride is born from knowing that nursing and midwifery professions are the backbone of the Seychelles healthcare system. Across the islands, private practices, specialized units of the hospitals, nurses and midwives remain the first to welcome life and the last to comfort those at life's end. They navigate the complex intersection of science and human empathy on a daily basis. We have to take note that nursing and midwifery in Seychelles have grown into respected, regulated professions over the years. Registration and regulation remain of paramount importance to ensure nurses and midwives meet set standards to practice safely and to honor their professional duties vis-à-vis the public. As we reflect on past century, we must also cast our eyes forward. The landscape of global and local healthcare is changing rapidly. We face new challenges such as emerging health concerns, technological advancements, and shifting demographic health needs. Safeguarding the public in the next century demands that we remain agile and responsive. We must continue to review educational and professional standards and embrace digitization in order to meet changing health challenges. In concluding, I would like to extend deepest gratitude to the pioneers who worked before us, the council members, past and present, our educators, mentors, and most importantly, every registered nurse and midwife practicing in Seychelles today. Your resilience, dedication, and motivation to excel are the reasons we can celebrate a century of pride today. Let us use this forum to deliberate, to inspire one another, and to recommit ourselves to the noble mission of safeguarding the public with unwavering competence and compassion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Philoe, for those encouraging remarks. It is now my distinct honor to invite the Honorable Minister for Health, Dr. Marvin Fanny, to deliver the keynote address. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our Honorable Minister.
First Lady of the Republic of Seychelles, Mrs. Veronica Mini. Chairperson of the Seychelles Nurses and Midwives Council, Mrs. Lena Philoe. Distinguished members of the Council, senior leadership of the Ministry of Health, members of nursing and midwifery professions, students, fellow healthcare professionals, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is with great humility and deep respect that I stand before you today as we commemorate a truly historic occasion. 100 years of professional nurse and midwife registration in Seychelles. A century is more than the passing of time. It is a testament to generations of men and women whose hands have healed, whose compassion has comforted, and whose dedication has strengthened the health of our nation. Today, we do more than celebrate an institution. We honor a profession that has quietly and faithfully served our people through moments of joy and moments of sorrow. We remember those who came before us, the pioneers who practiced under far more difficult circumstances, yet never wavered in their commitment to care. Their legacy is reflected in every nurse and every midwife who continues to serve our communities with dignity, skill, and humanity. The theme of this centenary, a centenary of professional pride, nurses and midwives safeguarding the public, reminds us that professional registration is not merely a legal requirement or an administrative process. It is a solemn promise to the people of Seychelles that those entrusted with their care will uphold the highest standards of competence, ethics, and integrity. It is this promise that has safeguarded the public for the past 100 years and will continue to do so for generations to come. As Minister of Health, I wish to express my government's sincere gratitude to every nurse and midwife across our islands. Whether in our hospitals, health centers, community clinics, schools, homes, or private practice, your work often goes unseen, yet its impact is immeasurable. You are present at the beginning of life. You stand beside patients in their most vulnerable moments, and you provide comfort, hope, and dignity when they need it most. Healthcare is changing rapidly, bringing new challenges, new technology. And
Thank you, Dr. Fanny, for your inspiring address and continued support of the nurses and midwifery profession. 100 years is not only a time to celebrate our history, it is also a time to embrace the future. Today, we proudly unveil the new visual identity of the Seychelles Nurses and Midwife Council with the motto of excellence in practice, safety in care. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have all been waiting for has arrived. It is now my honor to invite Mr. Trevor Popono, who will share the inspiration and symbolism behind this new visual identity.
Your Excellency, First Lady of the Republic of Seychelles, Mrs. Veronica Emini, Your Excellency, Minister for Health, Dr. Marvin Fani, Principal Secretary, Dr. Sanjeev Fugazendi, Chairperson of the SNMC, Mrs. Lina Filoe, Senior Management of the Ministry of Health, Registrar of the SNMC, Mrs. Favi Jibel, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. As Seychelles Nurses and Midwives Council steps boldly into a new era, its leadership has concluded that a refreshed identity is vital. Celebrating a historic centenary of registration, the Council's recent deliberations highlighted a crucial need to evolve alongside the community it serves. Rebranding at this milestone allows the organization to align its public image with modern society, celebrating 100 years of a legacy, while embracing a forward-looking vision for the 21st century of nursing and midwifery. The logo competition was launched for all nurses, midwives, secondary school students, and professional training institutions, to which a total of 7 designs were received. A panel of SNMC Council members, in addition to a well-known graphic designer, Mr. Ernie Machut, voted on the best logo that truly captures the Council's identity. Today, 3 competitors to which their logo scored the highest points are here with us, to witness who amongst them has been successful in providing the Council with its new identity. They are Kyle Domingue, Rian Akush, and Christine Winslow. Before we reveal the winning logo, I would like to ask the 3 participants to please join us on stage. Let's give them a round of applause.
Please note, our first place winner will take home a commemorative shield sponsored by the Ministry of Health and a cash prize by the Council. And the runners-up will receive a certificate of participation. May I now invite the chairperson and the registrar to officially launch the new SNMC logo. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to announce the winner of this beautiful and inspiring logo. The winner is a student from Seychelles Institute of Art and Design, Miss Rian Akush. I invite the registrar of the Council to present certificate to the runners-up and the winner. Congratulations to our winner, Ms. Rian Akush, and thank you to everyone who submitted their creative entries. All the other participants will receive a certificate of participation. Mr. Popono will now explain the new logo.
To describe the new logo, the lamp represents the lamp of Florence Nightingale, a timeless symbol of knowledge, hope, professionalism, and the guiding light of nurses and midwives. The flame represents unwavering dedication and continuity of those two professions. The circular design signifies unity, continuity, and the Council's role in bringing together all nurses and midwives under one professional and regulatory body dedicated to protect the public. The deep blue color human figure with the open book in hand, symbolizing trust, integrity, professionalism, and accountability, guided under the Nurses and Midwives Act. The gold accents symbolize excellence, achievement, and wisdom. And lastly, the motto speaks for itself: excellence in practice, safety in care. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Popono, for this insightful explanation of the new logo. Congratulations to the Council on this exciting new chapter. Celebrating 100 years of regulating this two noble profession cannot pass without recognizing the leaders who stood in the background to ensure that nurses and midwives are registered, keep custody of the registered, and manage the affairs of the Council. The moment is reserved to appreciate the past registrars and the present one for their highly esteemed roles they have played in the regulation of nursing and midwifery, education, and practice. I will invite the Minister for Health, Dr. Marvin Fanny, and the chairperson, Mrs. Lina Filoe, to do us the honor to offer all those who have discharged this responsibility with a token of appreciation. As I call your name, please come forward to receive your token and remain standing. Mrs. Christine Weber. Mrs. Margaret Michaud. Mrs. Winifred Agricole. Mrs. Flavie Gibel. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them another round of applause. Thank you, Minister, and thank you to the past registrars for your dedicated service to the Council. Thank you to the current registrar for taking on the responsibility. You may now take your seat. We also pause to remember those who are no longer with us. Before we continue, please enjoy a special entertainment by Trevor Sabade, who will interpret a song entitled Ness, produced by Jean-Marc Volsi.
Excuse-moi, technical difficulties, Wendy. Bonjour tout le monde, comment ça va? Pas vous entendez, ça son qui là, et pas Jean-Marc Volsi qui écrit, c'est mon jour, je m'en viens délivrer d'une façon acoustique. Faut espérer que vous ne parlez rien. Mais à travers sa mélodie, nous implorons la nation pour faire ou gratitude et au nom ou dévouement, nous respecter ou gravité, pour dire merci, oui, million merci, pour sacrifice, nous voulons soulagement. sauve. Volonté, société, sans premier soin. Quand j'étais la vie qui passe dans vous la main, et qui ça qui petit jusqu'à ça qui grand. Souvent une fois de réflexion nous demander, ah oui, oh oui, qui m'a ou fait, qui ou s'est créé sous la force miraculeuse. Oh oui, baisser, oh oui, ou caresser, ça sent la force y revenir. Et nuit des jours, jusqu'à regagne son la santé. Des bouts de fier avec quoi. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Mr. Sabade. Let's give him another round of applause. It is now time to officially open the centenary exhibition. May I invite Ms. Marie-Josée Dancao to officially open the exhibition.
Her Excellency, First Lady Mrs. Veronica Emini, Honorable Minister for Health, Dr. Marvin Fanny, and all protocol observed. Good morning. The centenary exhibition celebrating the regulation of nursing and midwifery in Seychelles honors a foundational legacy established when the first nurses were registered in 1926. The Seychelles Nurses and Midwives Council showcases a century-long evolution from the landmark Nurses and Midwifery Ordinance of 1950 to the modern structured frameworks of the Nurses and Midwives Act of 1985. Visitors are guided through a rich timeline featuring historical registration ledgers, early administrative artifacts from the era when the body operated strictly as a board, and evolution of clinical uniforms. Interactive displays underscore the Council's enduring mandate to maintain high professional standards and protect the public from unsafe nursing and midwifery practices. By highlighting both the early pioneers and newly qualified nurses and midwives who continue to take the traditional professional oath, the exhibition vividly demonstrates how a century of rigorous governance has shaped a deeply compassionate, safe, and professional workforce for the Seychellois nation. This centenary exhibition is more than a display of photographs, documents, and artifacts. It is a tribute to the generations of nurses and midwives whose dedication, compassion, and professionalism have shaped healthcare in our nation. It honors those who came before us, celebrates those who serve today, and inspires those who will carry our professions into the future. As you walk through this exhibition, I encourage you to reflect on the rich history of the professions, the evolution of regulation, and the many achievements that have strengthened nursing and midwifery over the past century. May this exhibition remind us of the importance of safeguarding the public through high standards, ethical practice, and lifelong professional development. It is now my great pleasure to declare the Seychelles Nurses and Midwives Council Centenary Exhibition open. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Dunkau, for officially opening the SNMC exhibition. We will now move outside the entrance for a commemorative group photo, followed by cutting of a celebration cake along with a light tea break. This is also an opportunity to view our centenary exhibition. Please return back to the room by 10:25 as we will resume promptly. Thank you.